Hello,
We're Shelby and Simon.
welcome to our channel.
We recently got this world map behind us where we're going to be pinning each place that we go. We've been together for around 3.5 years, so we haven't gone too many places yet, but it's definitely a goal of ours to be traveling a whole lot more, which is why we made this channel.
Yeah, there's a bunch of pins clustered in the Midwest here, and we need to get them in other areas.
We just have this one in Stockholm, Sweden,
Yes.
where we've done our only international trip besides Canada.
Yes, but there'll be more.
So today we're going to go through some of the bigger trips that we've taken and our favorite memories from each spot.
Starting first with our very first trip together as a couple, Nashville.
Yeah, this one was a really fun one. I think we were there for like 4 days.
Yeah.
And it was our first time taking a trip together that was like a road trip.
It was a long drive. I usually I really like to drive. I love driving.
He drove the whole thing.
I didn't, so I drove like 6.5 hours of it and then felt like I was going to pass out, so you had to take over.
I think I drove for maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was like the last little bit. Like we were off of the highway, I think. We were already in Nashville, but I had to tap out.
I remember going on Broadway,
Yeah.
all the honky tonk, but I don't know if this was the best memory, but we were in a gift shop and a fight broke out on the street at like 2 p.m. And we had to stay in the store.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was definitely an interesting day. I think one of my favorite memories was I like to fly my drone. Remember when we went out to the rooftop pool?
Oh, yeah, that was cute.
And it was in December, so it was really cold and nobody was out there. So we kind of had the pool to ourselves. Not that we went in. I don't even think it was open. It was cool to kind of be on this rooftop.
I forgot about that, though. That's a really good memory.
Yeah.
That we have together.
Yeah.
And then you made a video for me that first year.
I
with some of those
did.
clips.
I did.
Next is Lexington, Kentucky.
We did a little hiking trip in Red River Gorge. Half of it was closed, unfortunately. So we hiked a little bit of it, but didn't get to see the whole thing.
My favorite part of that trip had to be the cinnamon roll that I had at a cafe in Lexington on the last day. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
It was the fluffiest, lightest cinnamon roll I've ever had. What was your favorite memory from Lexington?
It was a really short trip. I wish we would have been there a little bit longer. I enjoyed what we did see of Red River Gorge. It was kind of my first time seeing mountains of any kind. So that was a cool experience.
Next on the list is our trip to Niagara Falls and Toronto in Canada. Last June, it was our first international trip together.
Yeah. When we went to Canada, it was really, really amazing. Crossing the border was a little stressful. I definitely panicked at the Border Patrol agent that asked me not really difficult questions at all, and I just panicked. He asked how long we had been together, and it took me 10 seconds to answer because I was so nervous.
Yeah. I had to help him out a little bit.
So that wasn't good. What was your favorite memory from Niagara Falls?
I think when we saw the rainbow over Niagara Falls, that
Yeah.
was really pretty. We got some really good shots of the rainbow.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just beautiful. It was very peaceful to be standing there with the water, the roaring waves, and the rainbow over.
Yeah. The rainbow, I think, was also mine, although going into Toronto for the day was really, really cool. We got to see just a completely, a familiar culture and a familiar, feeling with other, cities that we've been to in the U.S., but it was just the people from Canada were so nice, and it was so amazing.
Yeah, and if we're talking Toronto, my favorite memory of Toronto was the cinnamon roll ice cream cone that I got.
Yeah.
You'll notice a trend where most of my favorite memories are going to be food related.
Yeah, that was definitely a theme
Sugar
here.
related.
Yes.
That was a good ice cream cone.
I remember it was the chimney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Then we went to Puerto Rico in August for a friend's wedding, and that, of course, was just beautiful.
That was us being really engrossed in this amazing culture. It was so beautiful to go into the Caribbean Sea and how warm that water was.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the best memories
Yeah.
from that trip. I think, though, I have to choose swimming with baby sea turtles as my favorite memory. We went snorkeling and we're around beautiful sea turtles.
My favorite memory was probably our trip to El Yunque. We went down this natural water slide, which terrified me at first, but I felt so good after we went down because I felt like I conquered this fear. Shelby did a little bit more adventurous stuff than I did. You went a little cliff jumping.
Yeah, I jumped off some cliffs, did some rope swinging, and it was really fun.
I filmed it for that though, so I also contributed to the adventure.
Yes.
Finally, our last trip was our trip to Stockholm, Sweden, where we got engaged.
I was going to say that was my favorite memory, but you just revealed it, so that was my favorite memory.
Well, look at that.
And lots of hot chocolates that I had.
How many hot chocolates did you have?
I had 7.
7 hot chocolates. What was
Not enough.
What was your favorite hot chocolate from Stockholm? Which location had the best?
The first one that I had is memorable just because it was the first one, but it was from a European chain, so it wasn't really specific to Stockholm. And then I had one at a little cafe where we were staying. That was a very dark chocolate, and that one was very good. But lots of good food, really nice people, lots of meatballs.
Yeah. I'd say my favorite memory, not including the engagement, was probably the Skansen Christmas market.
Yeah, that was really cool.
We really felt like we were in Scandinavia for that one.
Yeah, it was really cool seeing Swedish musicians singing and dancing around the Christmas tree. It was a really good memory. Yeah. We also went ice skating, and one of my favorite places in Stockholm was the Stockholm Public Library. I'm a huge book person, and it was just beautiful.
And I think that wraps up our little travel recap. That's where we've been so far. We have a lot of exciting stuff planned for this year. We can't wait to take you all along on the ride.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see our travel videos this year and beyond. We definitely want to travel to all 50 states and do more international travel soon as well. We're in the midst of wedding planning, but we already have a few trips planned for this year, and then we're of course planning a pretty epic honeymoon is our goal. So lots of content to come, and we hope you'll come along with us. Thanks for watching.
Bye. And fly my drone safely, legally.
Yikes, we're gonna be cutting so much of this out. We did, was it Louisville?
Lexington.
Okay, we'll cut that out. And I can't say it. You have to say it.
Welcome to our channel.